regardless of how you feel about Shedeur, at this point, you have to feel bad for Shedeur, because what the heck is this?
Kevin Stefanski full of shit.
Oh wow.
He full of shit. That's the type of coach, you talk about instilling confidence into your players. How do you think that makes Shedeur feel? I don't know who the backup is? Yeah. You got to be kidding me. You really gonna bring up Bailey Zappi from the practice squad and make him the backup over me and I've been on the active roster? Either Kevin Stefanski thinks Shedeur Sanders is Magic City parking lot, straight ass.
Cheeks.
Or he just don't like.
The Cleveland Browns have officially entered their "what are we even doing" era, and the fans are absolutely losing it. The stadium's echoing with confusion, and social media is on fire. Shedeur Sanders is right there, cool, confident, and ready to light up the field. But Coach Stefanski? Man, it's like he's got a schoolboy crush on Dillon Gabriel. The guy's treating Gabriel like the prom king, while Shedeur's sitting there like, are you serious right now? Fans are fuming, plotting harder than draft night fantasy nerds, trying to figure out if this coach is allergic to greatness or just addicted to chaos. Cleveland isn't just spiraling, it's crashing with style. The Browns have once again turned their season into a live-action sitcom. The fan base is in meltdown mode, roasting the staff online and digging up every wild theory they can think of.
But the Cleveland Browns again, as we're on Shedeur Sanders' watch, now we're on Stefanski getting fired watched as well. We're watching this team just be a comedic joke every single day, from Dillon Gabriel struggling to complete 5-yard passes to watching Stefanski stumble in the media, plus the analytics. Big thing though that's making Cleveland hot right now is Stefanski getting fired.
Like maybe the coach's morning coffee determines his play calling. The whole situation's got that same old Cleveland flavor, confusion with a dash of heartbreak. And front and center in this circus is Coach Kevin Stefanski, looking like he's secretly planning his own firing in slow motion. Imagine it, Shedeur Sanders, the 5-star weapon, sitting pretty on the bench like a gourmet steak next to a sad plate of gas station nachos. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's out there running plays like he's auditioning for a low-budget reboot of Remember the Titans. It's pure madness, and the city knows it. The only real question now, how much longer before this whole thing blows up in front of everyone? It's that classic movie moment before the training montage, pure chaos everywhere, and the coach looking like he's one bad play away from a breakdown. Cleveland fans, bless their permanently scarred hearts, have hit that point where hope has officially packed up and moved out. They've seen enough clownery to last a lifetime, and now they're demanding Shedeur Sanders like he's some kind of national emergency response plan. These fans don't just want Shedeur, they need him like oxygen. After sitting through Dillon Gabriel's creative take on quarterbacking, the city's ready to hand Shedeur the whole operation. Playbook, headset, locker room keys, and maybe even the team bus.
I did not say to fire Kevin before the season or after last season. I should have. I'm saying it now, fire Kevin. Like when you watch the team look unprepared, undisciplined, like they don't know what they're doing, poorly coached, over and over and over, it's like, okay, I've had enough. And I know I'm not the only one.
Every incomplete pass feels like another cry for help. Meanwhile, Coach Stefanski's on the sidelines looking way too calm, like a man rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic while the band plays its final song. The decision to ship out Joe Flacco, Cleveland's overnight folk hero, still feels unreal. One week the man was a legend, and the next he was gone, vanishing like a ghost in brown and orange. And then there's Gabriel, the same dude giving fans mild heart attacks every Sunday. You almost gotta respect Stefanski's confidence. It's delusional, but impressive. Like ordering salad at a barbecue joint and pretending you're having the time of your life. His choices this season have been bold, but only in the way jumping into a Shark Tank with paper cuts is bold. It's headline-worthy madness, the kind that turns coaches into memes and ends with an uncomfortable sit-down with ownership that starts with, "So, what were you thinking?"
Problem with Dillon Gabriel is he's going to play it close to the vest to a point where he's not really going to put the ball in harm's way to look crazy bad.
So what would you need to see? What do you think Kevin Stefanski would need to see to even contemplate the trade or contemplate put Shedeur Sanders in the football game?
Well, I think that if he wants to put Shedeur in the game, Dylan would have to go out there and just completely look lost. I think that the reason that they trust Dylan, the reason why they trust Dylan so much and not Shedeur, you know what I think it is, what it's starting to boil down to, is that Dylan listens to Kevin.
Now look, it's not that Dylan Gabriel is bad. He's just aggressively average. The kind of fine that feels like watching paint dry while the house is on fire. The kind of fine that makes fans nostalgic for a little chaos just to feel something again. Cleveland's the kind of town that can't survive on fine. They need passion, heartbreak, and the sweet illusion that maybe next Sunday will finally be different. Spoiler alert, it never is. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders is sitting there like a Ferrari trapped behind a slow-moving tractor, waiting for someone to finally toss him the keys. Every time the offense sputters, fans turn their heads toward that bench like, "You sure about this, coach?" And Stefanski, he just stands there nodding like he's solved football, probably deep in thought about analytics or how to make Gabriel's next 5-yard check down look like a revolutionary play. Things have gotten so ridiculous that fans have launched a full-blown free Shedeur movement online. Memes are flying, hashtags trending, fan art popping up. Cleveland's turning frustration into digital warfare.
So we're gonna go ahead and go play stupid, like Dylan Gabriel didn't get 52 passing attempts, get sacked 6 times, have a quarterback rating of 34, and look as bad as possible. And Kevin Stefanski continues to gaslight and tell people that, yeah, it's my decision, he gives us the best chance to win. Is he watching the same Dylan Gabriel that I'm watching?
They've survived losing seasons, quarterback carousels, and playoff heartbreaks that could make Shakespeare sob, but willingly benching a generational talent, that's next level insanity. And here's where it really starts heating up. Rumors are spreading that Stefanski's job might actually be hanging by a thread. Word is, the front office is getting sick of having to explain to billionaire owners why this team keeps choosing chaos over competence. It's like they're running a drama series instead of a football team. And if those whispers are true, the next press conference could get explosive. It's like someone in Cleveland finally stood up and said, "Hold up, maybe the problem isn't the players. Maybe it's the dude calling the plays." Because honestly, Dylan Gabriel, bless his effort, is out there trying. You can see the grind, the footwork, the hustle, but effort doesn't win games. Touchdowns do. And right now, this Browns offense looks like it's being coordinated by a group chat of unpaid interns. Every snap feels like a 50-50 gamble.
Overall, I thought he did a good job of standing in there, taking those hits, and playing decent in this game. But now when you look at some of the negatives on film and the things that he needs to get corrected, he's making some throws that you can't make in these type of situations, especially on the road and especially as a rookie on an offense that's struggling to move the football. The Browns are way too predictable on offense right now when it comes to throwing the football. I don't know if he has a high enough ceiling right now to be a franchise starting quarterback in the NFL that you can build off.
I don't think he did enough to keep his job at all. You say he playing good.
I said he's not playing bad.
Oh, from what I watched, I counted 10 throws that I was like, all right, them pretty good throws. 10 out of 52 though. He's not playing.
Half the time it's decent, the other half it's total chaos. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders has somehow become the hottest topic in Cleveland without even playing. The man trends every game day just by existing. He's turned into the city's unofficial quarterback of imagination, the hero of every fan's what-if fantasy. Every time Gabriel airmails a throw, fans can practically see Shedeur dropping dimes between defenders like it's nothing. Every stalled drive turns into daydreams of Shedeur commanding that huddle like a field general, calm and sharp with fire in his eyes. It's gotten so wild that fans are literally photoshopping him into highlight reels, pretending he's already out there saving the day. That's the level of desperation Cleveland's living in right now. And yet, Coach Stefanski won't budge. He's standing there with that smug, "I know something you don't" look, like he's betting his entire career on proving he's the smartest guy in the room.
He's not going to take that risk. Shedeur comes off as the type of player that's like, Kevin, like, listen, Shedeur, don't throw that dig. Don't throw that post. If that post is don't throw that. Just throw it out the back of the end zone. If it ain't there, throw it out the back of the end zone. And Shedeur comes off as the person like, I'm going to get out there, and I know he told me that if it ain't there to throw it out, I'm going to try to thread this thing. Think about this. You remember the Carolina game, his two touchdown passes. Every last one of them was threaded through double or triple coverage.
He's doubling down on Gabriel like he's playing high-stakes poker with Monopoly money. It's gutsy, it's stubborn, and it might just be the hill he's about to lose his job on. Except this ain't a board game, it's Cleveland football. And in this city, bad bets don't just cost points, they cost careers. You can feel the tension crawling through that locker room like static in the air. The players feel it, the coaching staff feels it. Shoot, even the mascot's probably sweating it out under that helmet. When the fans start chanting for the backup quarterback before halftime, that's not hype. That's a full-blown warning siren blaring across the stadium. It's like hearing the Jaws theme before diving into the ocean. You know something's about to go wrong. But here's the crazy part. Stefanski might actually believe he's doing the right thing. Maybe he sees something in Gabriel that no one else on planet Earth does. Rival coaches are probably texting each other like, wait, he's really not starting Shedeur? Okay, prep the defense for nap mode. The whole league's watching in disbelief, wondering if Cleveland's trying to win games or trend on Twitter. At this point, it's not even about fan pressure anymore. It's about survival. The Browns are stuck in that dangerous mid-season limbo where one more bad call could send the whole operation spiraling. The front office can smell the smoke, and rumor has it, they're starting to wonder if Stefanski's the one holding the match.
I think it's the way they got here. It starts with the fact that, one of the losses came on 2 missed kicks to Cincinnati. And then you have the game in London where they have the lead and, Carson Wentz is 80 yards away from the end zone. And the defense that has been so great all year gives up what ended up being the game-winning drive. Even the Baltimore game in week 2, that defense played so well. Like, that should have been at least a closer game than it was, if not maybe a chance for the Browns to pull an upset. And then on top of that, the offense has just been so bad.
And look, the Joe Flacco trade wasn't personal. It was a risk, sure, but it made a statement. We're moving forward, not backward. That was the message. But now that forward seems to mean ignoring the rookie everyone's hyping up. People are starting to ask uncomfortable questions. The kind of questions that don't end with applause, but with headlines, boos, and possibly a pink slip waiting on Stefanski's desk. You really gotta wonder what's spinning through Stefanski's head during these games. Maybe he's daydreaming about that fantasy scenario where Gabriel suddenly flips a switch, starts throwing darts, and everyone calls him a football genius. Or maybe, more realistically, he's just praying he can survive another post-game press conference without having to explain why the offense looks like it breaks out in hives every time it gets near the end zone. And let's keep it real. Cleveland fans are not exactly known for their patience. This is the same crew that once booed Santa Claus. Once this fan base turns on you, it's like a blizzard of booze that never melts. And right now, they've turned their full attention to one thing, Shedeur Sanders.
It got so bad, I had to go back to watch Oregon, right? Just to make sure I wasn't tripping. I watched Oregon and I watched Shedeur. Nobody can tell me that he's better than Shedeur. You can't tell me that.
No, not at Shedeur's best.
You cannot tell me that.
Not at Shedeur's best.
You can't tell me that.
No.
I watched enough tape and I watched enough football and I know enough to see. When I watch these two dudes, I'll probably watch over 20 games. Just to make sure I wasn't tripping. There's no way nobody that watched both of their films would say he's better than Shedeur.
They're not politely asking for him anymore. They're demanding him like their season depends on it. And honestly, maybe it does. If Stefanski doesn't give the people what they want soon, he might be watching these games from his couch next season with popcorn and regret. Because here's the wild twist. This whole mess could flip overnight. One breakout performance, one electric debut from Shedeur Sanders, and suddenly, Stefanski goes from villain to visionary. The kind of redemption arc even Hollywood would envy. But until that moment hits, he's walking a tightrope with no net, and every missed pass from Gabriel is another frayed thread. The longer he waits, the louder the noise gets. Sports talk shows are roasting him. Analysts are dissecting his decisions, and even ex-players are jumping in like it's open season. The story's already bigger than football. It's become a full-blown saga,
You hear all the narratives about Shedeur Sanders and they got nothing to do with football, or you got people that can't even tell you why they don't like him and continue to kick his back in. And you see games like this where this particular dude gets 52 passing attempts and he looks as outnumbered or outclassed as possible early in the game, where Cleveland's running attack is pretty good with Judkins, and they only rushed the ball 17 times the entire game. And you want us to believe that this is like the best chance that you have to win, and it's not personal with Shedeur?
The stubborn coach, the benched prodigy, and a city on the verge of mutiny. Promise, panic, and pure pandemonium. That's the Cleveland Browns trilogy on repeat. Every single year, this city dreams big, talks big, and then something blows up in spectacular fashion. Whether it's injuries, locker room drama, or flat-out questionable coaching, the Browns always seem to find a way to trip over their own hype. But this time, it feels different. Sharper, heavier, like the football gods are dangling hope just to snatch it away again. You can feel the tension boiling across Cleveland right now. Something's about to give. Maybe it's a locker room shakeup, maybe a mid-season quarterback switch, or maybe it's the exact moment Stefanski finally learns that stubbornness doesn't win football games. It just writes his next bad headline. The air around this team feels electric, but not in a good way. It's that storm's coming kind of energy. Because let's be real, if the Browns drop one more game in embarrassing fashion, those cries for Shedeur Sanders won't just be loud, they'll be deafening. And when Cleveland fans get that loud, ownership starts perking up fast. The only real question left is, how long can Stefanski hold his ground before the inevitable happens? Because right now, it feels like the countdown to his coaching obituary has already begun. Cleveland's got all the right pieces, the fire, the fans, and the potential, but none of that matters if the man holding the playbook keeps ignoring the writing on the wall. This whole situation's got every ingredient of a full-blown football soap opera, and where better to set it than Cleveland, the city that practically invented sports heartbreak.
In so many areas in terms of looking prepared. Our penalties are way down. Our penalties are despite the fact that we're playing 13 rookies, penalties are way down this year. Way down. That's just a fact. Go look it up. And then again, we're playing, and that's with playing double-digit rookies in important positions. So, what about us looks unprepared?
Dude, they don't look like they know what they're doing out there.
Because let's be honest, Browns drama isn't a bug. It's a feature. It's tradition at this point. The same fans calling for Stefanski's head today will be the ones tomorrow swearing they always believed in his long-term plan. The front office will dust off the same old PR speeches about trusting the process. But deep down, everyone will know the truth. This wasn't a master strategy. It was pure desperation dressed up in optimism. And that's what makes Cleveland football so fascinating. It's not just a sport, it's theater. High stakes, unpredictable, sometimes straight up tragic theater. Every play feels like a plot twist, every loss like a new cliffhanger. And right now, Kevin Stefanski is the main character in a story that's starting to look more like a season finale than a redemption arc. Whether he survives the next act or not is anyone's guess. Then there's Dylan Gabriel. His story is its own brand of chaos. The poor guy's playing with the weight of a whole city's doubt pressing down on him. Every snap, every throw, every hesitation, magnified and dissected like it's a crime scene. He's not just battling defenses out there, he's fighting against a ghost. The ghost of what could be if Shedeur Sanders took that field. You can feel it in every move he makes, like he's trying to prove something bigger than numbers. But the NFL doesn't care about sentiment. It doesn't care about effort or sympathy. It only cares about wins. And right now, Cleveland's running out of both. It's the same old Cleveland cycle. Big dreams, bad luck, and a city that loves too hard and hurts even harder. And now, the pressure cooker's ready to blow. Every whisper around the league, every headline, every fan tweet, it's all circling one name, Shedeur Sanders. The rookie who hasn't even taken a snap in Cleveland colors yet already owns the city's imagination. You can feel it. He's not just a player anymore, he's a movement. The chants are spreading from the stands to the streets, from barbershops to boardrooms. Everyone's saying it, Put the kid in.
This game, Kevin Stefanski is going to be fired. It might not be the day after the game, it might not be a week after the game, but he is going to be fired. And if the Dolphins lose this game, Mike McDaniel will probably get fired the next day.
One coach is getting fired this weekend. Which one is it going to be? Is it going to be Mike McDaniel for the Dolphins, or is it going to be Kevin Stefanski? And how can they keep their jobs? When it comes to Kevin Stefanski, since week 14 of last season, you have only averaged 13.7 points. So at this point, we're going to have to see a different quarterback. We already know what Dylan Gabriel's going to get us: a bunch of passes and no yards. Okay, now when it comes to the Dolphins, they have scored 134 points just this season. So all they have to do is worry about defense, because we know they can score. What do you guys think?
Meanwhile, Stefanski's acting like he doesn't hear it. He's standing on the sidelines with that frozen poker face, pretending the noise doesn't exist. But deep down, he feels it creeping in. You can see it in how tense he gets after every stalled drive. Every time Gabriel throws another short pass for 3 yards, Stefanski looks like he's trying to convince himself he made the right call. But the doubt, it's written all over his body language. The locker room's starting to split too. Some players want to ride with the veteran, but others, they're quietly whispering about what it'd be like to have Shedeur commanding the offense. Someone young, fearless, electric. The kind of energy that can shift a whole franchise overnight. And the fans, they're past frustration. They're ready for a revolution. Cleveland's never been shy about burning it all down just to build something new. And this time might be no different. Because this isn't just about one player or one coach anymore, it's about an identity crisis. The Browns are staring at 2 roads, one safe and familiar, the other risky but full of promise. And if we've learned anything about this city, it's that the safe road always ends in heartbreak. So yeah, the countdown's on. The fans are roaring, the media's circling, and Shedeur Sanders is sitting there, helmet in hand, silent but dangerous. One spark, one decision, and the whole story flips overnight. And now the pressure in Cleveland is about to reach its breaking point. Every headline, every whisper, every highlight reel, it all circles back to one name: Shedeur Sanders. The kid hasn't even taken a real snap yet, and somehow he's already become the heartbeat of the city. The chants are echoing through the stadium, put him in, and you can feel the energy shift every time Gabriel misses another throw. This isn't just hype anymore, it's destiny knocking. Meanwhile, Coach Stefanski is out there doing his best statue impression, pretending he can't hear the noise. But the truth? The tension's written all over him. Every stalled drive makes him flinch. Every incomplete pass looks like it takes a year off his career. The man's trying to convince himself he's right, but even his playbook seems to disagree.
I do not want Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is not a franchise quarterback. I don't care if it's been 2 games. I have seen enough of Dylan Gabriel. He can't push the ball down the field. He is not as mobile as I thought he was. I at least was going to give him the mobility factor. He can get outside the pocket, get some first downs with his legs. That's not even a factor. He looked pretty darn slow against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He can't throw down the field. He's not mobile. He doesn't have the height. But guess what? He has the processing speed of a computer. Whoopity-doo.
Behind the scenes, the locker room's starting to buzz. Half the guys want to stay loyal. The other half are quietly thinking, what would this offense look like with Shedeur leading it? The spark is there, brewing, building, waiting for the moment someone finally lights it. Because in Cleveland, when the crowd turns, it doesn't whisper, it roars. The Browns are standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything. Stay safe and sink slowly, or take a risk that might finally pay off. And right now, all signs point to one thing: the city's ready for change, whether Stefanski likes it or not. What it doesn't have is a coach willing to pull the trigger on the move everyone's begging for. But if there's one thing Cleveland fans know, it's that chaos always finds a way. So maybe, just maybe, the Shedeur Sanders era is coming sooner than Stefanski planned, because in a city built on heartbreak and hope, it only takes one spark to turn a meltdown into a miracle. And if that spark comes from the bench, Stefanski might want to start updating his resume, because at this point, even his headset is starting to look nervous. So if you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you on the next one.